Yo, what's going on, guys? It is JD here, back with another episode of the I Rate Your Squad series. On to episode 22 today. And again, thank you guys so much for the support you've shown since the first episode. This series has gone down way better than I could have expected. So you best believe we're going to keep it coming throughout the end of the year. And then we'll keep it going in 2K21, of course. And at the start of the year, chances are it's going to be a lot more exciting because the teams are going to be completely varied. At this point in the game, most teams need sort of like the same players. It's sort of like a pool of meta players that are picked from. But at the start of the game, that's going to be real fun. So 2K21, we will be bringing this series back. I'm not saying that this is the last one, because don't believe it is. We are going to be going from this tweet here today, which has 131 replies to it already. This is the first episode based off of this tweet. I will have another episode off of this tweet coming out over the weekend. So if you guys want to get in that episode, make sure you reply to this tweet right here from June 22nd on my Twitter, JD_crossover. And as you can see, we have got 12 people lined up here today. But before we jump into it, of course, a massive shout out to the MVPs and the GOATs of the channel. For the MVPs, we have got Heisenberg, Panda, Amru, Todd, John, Harry, Dr. K, Will, Harko, Patrick, Cole, Joaquin, Safe, and Bog. And then the GOATs, we've got Eric, Jason, Ice Cream, Cody, Z, Spooky, Caleb, and Christopher as well. If you guys want to get involved as well, help support the channel, there's a join button down below. If not, top line in the description will show you how it is done. Alright, let's jump into it, guys. Let's jump into it. So we've got Noah first up. Says, this is my squad. I have about 100,000 MT. I'm looking for a new point guard. Obviously, because it's bronze eyes at Bonga. But if any position needs upgrading, I'm open ears. Love your vids and Twitch streams. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. And if you guys didn't know, we do stream every single day over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/JD_crossover. So why not go ahead, follow me on there and turn on those notifications as well. And again, the link to that will be in the description down below. Okay, so we've only got 100,000 MT to play with right here. Wes Unseld is fantastic. He can definitely lead the line. So just move Wes Unseld to the starting position right here. And then for the backup, it is either Amethyst Isaac Bonga, like someone says down here, like BTB says down here. Or you could maybe get a Galaxy Opal Draymond Green. Or if you're looking for someone completely different, then like a Galaxy Opal Walt Frazier, because he's nice and cheap right now. George Gervin isn't the best Opal in the world, so I'd probably recommend selling George Gervin, and then you should be able to afford a Galaxy Opal Jimmy Butler at the 2, which will be quite a bit of an upgrade in my opinion. I would probably start Eddie Curry over Marc Gasol, but that is just personal preference, because Marc Gasol's release is just that little bit slow. Other than that, I don't think there's too much you can do with the MT that you have, and yeah, just move this Isaac Bonga over to the bench unit, sell Gervin, bring in Butler. I think that's going to set you pretty good. Okay, so we'll give this squad a rating based on the fact that we've got Wes Unseld at the 1 and Isaac Bonga at the 2. And that is going to be, that's a solid squad. Very solid squad. We'll give that one an 8.5 out of 10 to get us going here today. Next up, we have got Shawn. Hey JD, Brent Barry has my favourite release in the game, in case you're wondering why he's there. I am wondering why he's there, but thank you for explaining it. So, we have got the Rewards Spotlight Sim, Steph Curry, Dick Barnett, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Taco Fall. And off the bench, Dennis Johnson. We have got his Brent Barry, Dennis Rodman, Mel Daniels, and Marc Gasol. So a very reward card-heavy team. I would say Steph Curry definitely needs an upgrade. Straight away, he needs an upgrade. Dennis Rodman as well. Really bad. He's got to go. Dick Barnett, I mean, like, yes, it's good for the memes to shoot with his shot because it's just so awfully bad and funny, but realistically, probably got to go. Taco Fall, I would recommend selling him, because that's where a lot of your MT is right now. I think he's the only card that's actually worth anything that you've got here. He is. So yeah, definitely sell Taco Fall, because all of your MT is in this one card right here. Sell Taco Fall. Go ahead, bring in Eddie Curry. That'll save you about 50-ish, maybe a little bit more, 1,000 MT, which you can then use to buy Amethyst Isaac Bonga, who will be an improvement over Steph Curry. And then you would just about be able to afford a very good Opal shooting guard, someone like an Eddie Jones, Corey Maggette, who else is there, like Gordon Hayward. One of those guys can come in here and do a nice little job. And then a backup small forward, I would just say get in Pink Diamond Danny Manning, nice and cheap, going to do a much better job all round than Dennis Rodman. His animations and his release are some of the worst in the game. So yeah, Dennis Rodman, gotta go. As fun as it is playing with a worm, it's just not practical. So for this team, it's got a couple of nice players. Obviously, like Larry Bird GOAT card is fantastic. But the other cards kind of do let it down just a little bit. So we'll give that one a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for that one. Next up, we've got Glenn looking to upgrade backup shooting guard or centre. I have 200,000 MT. Now let me know. So backup shooting guard, we've got Paul Pierce. Backup centre, you've got Eddie Curry. Okay, so I would say if you really want to improve your centre position, sell Eddie Curry, bring in Joel Embiid, and move Marc Gasol down to the bench, and then start Embiid, because Embiid just is that guy. Like, he is so damn good. So definitely get yourself Embiid in there, which you can just about afford. Like I said, he's about 200k right now. And then backup shooting guard, I don't think you can afford any big upgrades. Where's the rest of your MTs? So you've got a bit in AK and Siakam, but they're really, really good value players. So I would definitely recommend keeping those two guys. Draymond, yeah, you could probably sell Draymond, move Wes Unseld to the 1, and then just get Amethyst Bonga for the backup 2. Draymond Green is great, but if you want to improve the shooting guard position more, then you can sell Dre, and then I think you would be able to afford someone like an Eddie Jones at the backup 2, which will be an improvement over that Paul Pierce card. But yeah, very, very nice team. This bench unit is really solid. I would probably recommend starting AK over Kevin McHale. Just personal preference. I think Andrei Kirilenko just is the better card out of the two of them. He does have that base 11 release, so if you keyed up on that, if you're used to using that, then he's going to be fantastic. If you're not as comfortable with it, like I'm not the best for that release this year, then yeah, maybe just keep him off the bench so he doesn't play as many minutes as the starters. But that is a nice team, man. You've got the Glenn Rice in there, you've got obviously the Goat Bird, Siakam, AK, very, very solid. We'll give that one an 8.5 to like an 8.8, something like that. Oh no, out of 10. Next up, we have got JJ Hoops. Hey JD, my team isn't that good. I just started and I've been getting lucky opals on TTO and TT offline. But here it is, I have a 250,000 MT. So, similar comment to what Andreas says down here. This is, I don't know if the worst is I think that's a bit harsh, but get rid of everyone and start over, basically. So a lot of these guys are reward cards, but Alonzo Mourning, Prime, sell him straight away, get him sold. Walt Frazier, sell. Gerald Green, sell. Lil Deng, sell. Chris Bosh, sell. Willis Reed, I know he has that duo with Walt Frazier, but still sell. And then with the MT, you're gonna have to like start this from scratch, because even these opals that you've got as reward cards really aren't that good. You can maybe get away with using Mark Aguirre. Devin Booker, no. Tiny Nate, no. Gus Williams, no. Dan Issel, no. And then Jack Sigma and Steph Curry at this point of the game, it's also a no. So you can make some big moves with this team, though. So Wes Unseld at the 1, Eddie Jones at the 2, Spicy P at the 3, should be able to afford that. AK-47 at the 4, I think you can just about afford that. And then maybe an Eddie Curry at the 5, you might not be able to afford that. But then if you can't do that, just get Eddie Curry, Wes Unseld. They're going to be your two pillars of this team, point guard and centre. Then just get Danny Manning nice and cheap for the 4, splash out a little bit on a Spicy P at the 3, and then Eddie Jones at the 4. That's going to be a starting lineup that's going to be really solid. And then off the bench, you're just going to have to get budget cards. So just get your Amethyst Isaac Bonga. Shooting guard, just get like a Diamond Nick Batum. Small forward, Pink Diamond Darius Miles. Or who's the other one? Larry Johnson, someone like that. And then, or a Jeff Green as well. So use those guys in the 3 and the 4. And then backup centre, just get yourself someone nice and cheap, like a Joe Chi. But yeah, if I had to rate this team right here, it'd probably be like a 3 or something like that. Because they are some bad cards. But hopefully you can make some improvements to that, and make sure to send it in next time if you go ahead and make plenty of adjustments. Next up, we have got Sloth, who says, I have 65,000 MT and are on the Hawks freelance and pick and pop with Paul Westphal. Know when you spent, I love the vids and keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much indeed. So, Oscar Robertson, Cam Reddish, Rocco, Larry Bird, KP, off the bench, Paul Westphal, Michael Cooper, Shane Battier, Danny Manning, and Marc Gasol. So, all of your MT basically is in this Oscar Robertson card. So, I would say sell Oscar Robertson, sell Larry Bird as well, because I think he's quite expensive, and then Kristaps as well, probably sell, because he's just not that effective at the centre position, in my opinion, much better suited to the power forward position. You can keep Cam Reddish and Rocco, like they're still very, very usable. I would then say, again, Wes Unseld in here, Andrei Kirilenko out of position, in at the 4, and at the centre position, with selling off Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird and KP, you should be able to afford Joel Embiid, which will be a massive improvement for you. So get Embiid in there. Backup shooting guard position, again, an Eddie Jones, a Corey Maggette, a Gordon Hayward, etc. Get one of those guys in there. Danny Manning's absolutely fine. Marc Gasol's fine. Shane Battier, he's okay. But again, someone like a Pink Diamond Darius Miles or a Jeff Green will probably be a bit of an improvement. So, not the best squad so far, but you've got some assets to work with. So, probably a 7 out of 10 on that one for me so far. Right, we move on to Zachary. Hey JD, I was in a previous episode, my guy, and have 45,000 MT. I like to peak shoot with Joe Caldwell and sometimes Jimmy as well as rim run with guys like Magic and Wes. I like guys who can shoot, and I'm big on defense. I would like to upgrade my backup shooting guard and small forward, power forward. They've got Magic Johnson, the unevoed version, Jimmy Buckets, Pascal Siakam, Andrei Kirilenko, Joel Embiid. Really, really solid starting five. Like, a lot of these cards I've been recommending today, so you better believe they're going to be good cards. Weston Sell, Joe Caldwell, James Worthy, Danny Manning, and Eddie Curry. So, backup shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. So, Joe Caldwell, James Worthy, and Danny Manning. If you like to peak shoot with Caldwell, then I guess you can go ahead and buy the new duo that came out. So you get the Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade and then the Galaxy Opal Shaq, which could be a thing for you. I don't know if that's what you want to go with, then go for it. And then small forward, power forward, James Worthy and Danny Manning. You can get someone like a Jeff Green, but with the amount of MT you can get, you can't really get another good Galaxy Opal. So I would stay with James Worthy. He's still okay. And then Danny Manning is, very, very powerful. So we'll give that team, that's a really solid starting lineup. We'll give that one a 8.5 out of 10 because I like that squad. I do like that squad. Next up, we have got Jake, who says, I have 1.1 million MT, bruh, and I need a new starting small forward so I can move Jimmy to the bench. And if you have any other suggestions, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so Jimmy Butler is going to come down to the bench unit, and we need a small forward for 1.1 million MT. So I think you should just be able to, just about to be able to afford anyone you want. So I'm going to say ball out, man. Galaxy Opal Kawhi Leonard, Galaxy Opal Paul George, and then they're the two that are like top tier. Below that, you've got people like Michael Porter Jr., Lamar Odom, they can come in. And of course, you can run some of them at the 4 and then Larry Bird at the 3. That'll work absolutely fine as well. But yeah, those guys is who I would recommend. Weston Sell's great. Zach LaVine at the 1, I probably wouldn't recommend because he doesn't have Unpluckable. And at the 1, that is just a massive, massive no-no. So I would say ball out a little bit on a point guard, to be fair. I'd say Pink Diamond point guard Giannis. Bring him in, man. That card will change your life. No cap. Seriously, that card is that good. So bring in point guard Pink Diamond Giannis. Get him at the 1. Weston Sell to the backup 1. And then David Robinson can get upgraded to a Joel Embiid. And then start Embiid, bench Gasol. And then, I think that's quite a bit of MT you'll have spent. And you'll have a fantastic, fantastic team to show for it. So far, though, not bad. We will give that one an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have got Arwin, who says, I need a good point guard except for LeBron. And look at the state of this team. Andreas downplays it nicely right here and says, decent squad. 5 GOAT starting lineup. Ben Simmons, Kawhi, Paul George, AD, Joel Embiid, Rudy Gay, Lamar Odom, and KG. He says he needs a good point guard except for LeBron. The only other point guard, realistically, that's that caliber is Pink Diamond point guard Giannis. And I would strongly recommend him. I would have him over Ben Simmons, not going to lie. I would have my point guard Giannis over Ben Simmons. So bring in that Giannis card. But other than that, absolutely ridiculous. It's going to have to get a 10. I don't think I've given out a 10 in quite some time, but 5 GOATs, the Ben Simmons, Kawhi, Paul George, he's got the AD, Embiid, Rudy Gay's in there. Like, bruh. Unbelievable. Arwin, congrats, bro. That is a 10 out of 10. That is a crazy dumb good squad. Next up, we have got Rogerio. He says, hey, JD, here's my squad. I run 5 out and pick and pop, pick and roll. I have 700,000 MT and 610 tokens. Already have the Galaxy Opals unlocked. Don't really like Gasol. Who should I get? Okay, so we've got Weston Seld, Glenn Rice, Larry Bird, Blake Griffin, which isn't a card you see too often, Eddie Curry, and off the bench, Dwayne Wade, Paul Pierce, James Worthy, Kevin McHale, and Mark Gasol. And he doesn't really like that Gasol. So, Embiid is definitely going to be your guy, like Chick has said here. Embiid is definitely your guy, and then start Embiid, bench Eddie Curry. Other than that, Dwayne Wade at this point in the game, I don't think that's a good vibe to go with, realistically. And you don't say anything about peak shooting, so I guess you're open to upgrading. And again, I'm going to say the Pink Diamond point guard Giannis, because you can afford him, man. You can afford it. So ball out, get the point guard Giannis. He will change your life. So have Giannis, Glenn Rice, Larry Bird, Blake Griffin, and Embiid. That is a dumb good lineup right there. And then probably get Jimmy Butler over Paul Pierce as well, because it's not that much of not much of a expenditure. And then get Spicy P in for James Worthy as well. That would be my advice for the rest of this team. But really nice, really, really solid. We'll give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Next up, we have got Anya. He says, hey JD, love the vids and keep up the great work. Thank you very much indeed. I have 110,000 MT and I want to upgrade my bench center and my bench point guard. So we have got Gilbert Arenas, Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, Andrei Kirilenko, Dino Raja, and then we've got Del Curry from the TTO boards, Cam Reddish, Jeff Green, Danny Manning, and Bill Walton. Yeah, Bill Walton, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. So backup center and bench point guard. So center, easy enough, Eddie Curry, and then start Eddie Curry over Dino Raja, because Eddie Curry just is the better card by far. Only says James Harden is on the team for Del Curry. Okay, not bad. So you've got James Curry, that's not a player. James Harden, and then Cameron Reddish, Jeff Green, and Danny Manning. Okay, size-wise, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage with Gilbert Arenas and James Harden. You definitely do need a sizable point guard. So bring in Wes Unseld. He's so good. I recommend him to everyone because he is that guy. So get Wes Unseld in this squad. Get Eddie Curry in this squad. You should be able to afford that with your budget. And then that was going to make some nice improvements out there. So for the rating, I'm going to give that one. It's a solid team, to be fair. It's a very solid team. We'll give that one a 7.5 out of 10 because I do like that one. Next up, we've got Trey. This is my squad. I currently have 110,000 MT from selling Lonzo and want to get Pascal. However, I am open to suggestions on what to do with the MT. I've sold Bol for the out of position AK-47, and I'm primarily looking for a point guard in all positions on my bench. So he has sold the Lonzo. He has bought an out of position AK for Bol. So I assume he's moved Chris Bosh to the 5. So we've got Andre Kirilenko here, Bosch at the 5, that's fine. Butler and Bird, very nice. Opal De'Aaron Fox, I would say sell him. You don't really need to have him in the squad realistically, and the rest are all rewards cards. So point guard, obviously, you already know who it's going to be. It's going to be Wes Unseld. Got to bring that guy in. He's insane. And then just get Isaac Bonga for the backup because you don't really need to spend too much on that. And then for Rudy LaRusso, if you can afford him in the future, get a Spicy P in there, because Spicy P is about 90,000 MT right now, which is really damn cheap, to be fair. So get Spicy P in there, get Rudy LaRusso out. Paul Pierce, Kevin McHale, and Marc Gasol, they're fine, they're accessible, but Dennis Rodman is not. So I would not use this card right here. But the rest of them, not bad at all. We'll give that one another 7.5 out of 10, and that brings us on to the final team of the day. We have got Malik, who says, hey JD, I'm looking for advice on upgrading my team, mostly point guard position, but the other ones as well. I like to do a bit of everything on the offensive end, and I'm mostly focused on good defense and playing lanes. I have 71,000 MT. So we've got Justice Winslow, interesting, not a card you see very often. Glenn Rice, Darius Miles, fantastic. Larry Keenan, Shaq, the Showtime one. Then we've got Penny Hardaway, Walter Davis, Kiki, out of position Andre, and Miles Turner. Okay, so you've got some very good players in here, but you've got some other not so good players. So Larry Keenan, get him sold. Start Andre Kirilenko. That's set straight away. Sell Showtime Shaq. Don't really need him in there, to be fair. And then sell Miles Turner as well, would be my advice. Bring in Eddie Curry for the starting centre position. And then just bring in, like a Diamondino Raja, someone like that. Off the bench, Kiki's okay. Also, Davis is okay. Penny Hardaway is not okay because his release is really bad. I would take Amethyst Isaac Bonga over Penny Hardaway. Seriously, I would. And then I'd sell Justice Winslow and, of course, bring in Wes Unseld. Because who else you go and bring in? And I think with the amount of MT you've got, that's about all you're able to do. And if you like playing defense, then Wes Unseld is going to be your guy. And Amethyst Isaac Bonga as well. Definitely going to be your guy. And Eddie Curry is also fantastic defensively. So, nice little squad. We'll give that one a 6.5 to 7. No, we'll give that one a 7 out of 10. We'll give that one a 7 out of 10. It's still nice. And that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of I Rate Your Teams. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Like I said, make sure to stay tuned for the next episode, which will be dropping over the weekend. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.